How's it going, everybody? I know it's been a minute since we've actually talked about video games on this channel, but I did want to talk about one that's been sitting in my backlog for quite a while. Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. Now, I pre-ordered this game, picked it up day one, beat it within a week, and have been sitting on it for the last 3 months because I haven't been able to culminate my words properly to review it properly. Now you might be thinking, oh, but Brayden, it's just a rhythm game with Kingdom Hearts characters in it. And yeah, you'd be right. However, there's a lot of things about the game that are fantastic, and a lot of things that I had to sit on to see if they were really that good or if I'm just a Kingdom Hearts fanboy, which probably a bit of both. However, that's the whole point of today. We are going to be talking about Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. Now let's get into it. Kingdom Hearts, a franchise that's near and dear to my heart and a lot of other people throughout the world as well. Now, it started in an elevator in some Disney office back in 2000 and some change. I don't remember exactly which year. But that conversation sparked a worldwide phenomenon that is still going on today. If you haven't played a Kingdom Hearts game ever, this is probably the best place to start. Because not only is it a really fun rhythm game, it also goes through every single Kingdom Hearts game. Now, it's not in a chronological order. It's more in release order, kind of, when you're going through the map. But it's still a fun and easy way to get into the series regardless. The gameplay, while simple, is really intuitive. The way that you play the rhythm game is you go through a highway, like almost every other rhythm game, and you dodge attacks and attack enemies to the beat of the song. Each enemy placement and type of enemy has a different button map for what you hit. Some of them you have to jump to dodge and then press X to attack, or some of them you have to press Y to do a special move. All of these are on the Switch version because I didn't realize it was coming to PS4, or else I would have bought it on PS4. But when I bought it, it was still a Nintendo Switch exclusive, and I didn't feel like canceling my pre-order. You follow through the Kingdom Hearts storyline as Kairi, which is something that hasn't been done before. Usually you follow through with Roxas, Ventus, or Sora, obviously. But here, because of the events that happened in Kingdom Hearts 3, where there really is no Sora anymore, that we know of, Kairi takes the reins of the narration of the story, and it's a lot of fun in my opinion. There are things that could have been fixed, like how Kingdom Hearts 3 only has memory dives, which we'll get into what a memory dive is in just a little bit, and the ending story that they added was a little lackluster to say the least, but overall, it is Kingdom Hearts told through Kairi. I liked it. I enjoyed every single bit of playing the game, minus the few times where I was being stupid and didn't properly press buttons right, but that's on me. That's not the game. And the gameplay itself is extremely fun. I love rhythm games as it is, and Kingdom Hearts music is just fantastic. So you take Kingdom Hearts music, which is fantastic, and rhythm games, which are fantastic. Bada bing, bada boom, you've got Yoko Shimomura's fantastic art all over the screen with Tetsuya Nomura's characters. It's just great. So I mentioned memory dives earlier, and that is just one of the multiple different stage types in Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. There are 3 main ones that you go through throughout the storyline. That's field battles, memory dives, and boss battles. The field battles are just your regular run-of-the-mill rhythm battles, where you just go through, press buttons, defeat enemies, and listen to music. The memory dives are a lot simpler, where you just press buttons. You don't even have to worry about killing enemies. You literally are just pressing buttons to the beat of the music and flicking your joysticks every once in a while. And the boss battles are some of the more intuitive battles, because you do have to do a little bit more than just a regular fight. You have to move your sticks at just the right time, press the buttons and release them at just the right time, or else you get damaged. And it is fun, I'm not going to deny. All of these stages are fun, but some of them I do wish were a little more fleshed out. In terms of the worlds themselves, not really the stages that make up the worlds, but the worlds using said stages. If that made any sense, I doubt it did. However, let me iterate on that. So, for the most part of the game, they are all field battles, which are just a big romp through whatever world you're playing the music from. So sometimes it's Halloween Town, and they've made a 3D render for the highway to go all the way through of Halloween Town while listening to music. But with Kingdom Hearts 3, almost all of them are memory dives, which a memory dive is just a music video with button presses and quick time actions on it. A lot easier to program, I'm sure. I feel like if they had to put this game out as fast as they did, they needed to do those as memory dives, but I'm still annoyed. I still wish that we got to see 3D renders of all the way through Arendelle, San Fran, Tokyo, and so on. But, you know, a dreamer can dream, and a dreamer will dream, because there's never going to be any DLC where those are going to be more than just memory dives. It is what it is. But the field battles are some of the more interesting because of the fact that you get to see different parts of the map that you probably would have never seen before, because it just lets you get through it. It lets you just walk through all of Halloween Town, Wonderland, all of the, even Monstro. You literally get to go through the whale from Monstro. It's fun. It's cool. I love it. After a while, yeah, the gameplay does get pretty repetitive, but as is most rhythm games, there are very few where doing the same thing over and over again to different backgrounds is going to not feel repetitive. Kingdom Hearts, Melody and Memory feels repetitive. All of the Persona dancing games feel repetitive. Guitar Hero feels repetitive. See, the thing is, it's a rhythm game. It's going to feel repetitive just like every other game after you play it for a while. And this one was about 8 hours, which is not horrible. Yeah, I've definitely taken more time to go through a rhythm game. But it was still a fun 8 hours nonetheless. And if you have never played a Kingdom Hearts game, I kind of recommend you play this one. While yes, you do have to enjoy rhythm games to be able to play it properly, there are still places that feel really fun to get to explore through the worlds. And if you've never played a rhythm game or a Kingdom Hearts game, this is still pretty easy to get into. The easy mode, or beginner mode that they call it in this game, is just that, extremely beginner. And I played about halfway through the rest of the game on hard because it was fun. I enjoyed doing the challenges and I enjoyed doing everything in the game. But if you've never done either a rhythm game or a Kingdom Hearts game, this is a great mix of both. You get the entire story of Kingdom Hearts while being able to play a very easy to understand rhythm game. And you can consider this even more of a baby's first rhythm game than Guitar Hero, because you don't have to strum while pressing buttons. You just press buttons. Like, it can't get easier than this. All in all, I do wish some parts were a little bit more fleshed out, but at the same time, I enjoyed almost every single bit of playing through this game. There were some songs that made me want to gouge my eyes out, primarily towards the later half of the game. And there are some stages where I just did not enjoy the music, like Dream Drop Distance. Dream Drop Distance didn't really have that good of a music selection like Kingdom Hearts 2 did, or 358 did, or really any of the others, because it was relatively rushed, I think, if I remember correctly. But still, it's still Kingdom Hearts music, and it's still good. It's just not as good as the others. And along with the people that have never played Kingdom Hearts before, if you want to play Kingdom Hearts again and you haven't played it for a very long time, this is also a great place to start. I'm just going to keep reiterating that, because this is an amazing place to start the series if you haven't before, or it's been a while since you played before and don't feel like picking up the story thus far to play throughout the rest of the games. Because, well, really and truly, going from Kingdom Hearts 2 to any of the others before Kingdom Hearts 3 is very clunky, because Kingdom Hearts 2 is the pinnacle of all of the fighting styles throughout each of the games. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I know it's a very interesting game, to say the least. There's not much that I don't like about it. There's also a lot that I don't like about it, if that makes any sense. But, you know, it is what it is. It is a fantastic starting point for anybody trying to get into Kingdom Hearts that enjoys rhythm games in the slightest. But for me, it was alright. The things that it added to the series were alright. I wish I waited to pick it up later rather than pre-ordering it on the Switch of all things. But other than that, I think it was a fantastic game and a great starting point to the series. And if you guys want to go pick it up, I'd say now's a pretty good time. I think it got marked down to 40 or 50. But it's going to get the Square Enix treatment soon enough and go down to like 15. But with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully Pulsewave videos are going to be back up and running soon. And if you did enjoy, be sure to smash the like button down below. And until then, I think I'm going to go try and enjoy Kingdom Hearts again.